This story is disturbing, and we have to warn you, the details may be upsetting. This is 29-year-old Corey Lyles, a father of two from Oxford, Mississippi, who had been in a relationship with 31-year-old Alexandria Greist. The relationship was described as troubled, with people having seen them argue in public multiple times. And one night, everything changed. It all started when her boyfriend Corey left the house without telling her, and she got angry. They started arguing over text while he was out picking up McDonald's for her and the kids. But as he was on his way back, text messages between the couple took a dark turn. They began arguing, and at one point, Greist sent Corey a text warning him that if he came back home, he would be dead. And she wasn't lying. That's when Alexandria went to her sock drawer and pulled out a 9mm handgun. When Corey pulled up to the house, he sat in his car for several minutes, the McDonald's bag still sitting in the passenger seat. Alexandria told police that when he finally got out, he came at her aggressively, so she fired 3 warning shots. When he kept coming, she says she fired through the window in their front door. Police found Corey's body several feet from the door. In court, Alexandria claimed self-defense, saying Corey was an MMA fighter who had hurt her before. But his mother said that wasn't true. He'd only been in one amateur boxing match and had lost. Prosecutors said there was no evidence Corey meant to harm anyone that night. He'd simply brought home dinner for the family. Greist initially faced a first-degree murder charge, but her defense argued she acted out of fear, claiming that Corey was a trained fighter who had hurt her in the past. But no evidence of past abuse was presented at trial. In the end, the jury found her guilty of imperfect self-defense manslaughter, meaning the jury believed she felt threatened, but her use of deadly force was unreasonable. This all happened back in 2022, but just this week, Alexandria learned her fate. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison, the maximum sentence allowed for that charge.
Man, that is crazy, and I just gotta say, oh man, domestic violence. Now, we mostly see these type cases when tender dick men, you know what I'm saying, try to be controlled and do what the hell they do towards the women, which I'm sorry for anybody that has to, you know what I'm saying, go through anything like this, because this shit is not easy. I mean, your emotions and mind be everywhere, trust me. But, you know, it will be okay. But not only that, these kids have to grow up without a parent, knowing what their mother did to their father. And I wish people would know when enough is enough and move on and do what's best. The best thing for them to try to do is to be civil for the kids, but they definitely did not motherfucking need to be together. And I just hate that, you know, as mature as people grow up, you would think mentally the mind would too. And I just sad that, you know, they did not see what they was causing. You know, all they did now is set themselves up for destruction. And hopefully that them kids don't think that's what love is growing up. You know what I'm saying? Accepting the same thing or worse, becoming that themselves. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, man, anybody that's going through this, I just gotta say, you gotta stay strong and positive the best way you can. I know it doesn't change what happens, but if you believe and have faith and just understand, like, man, this person really was sick, you know, all around. How could you shoot somebody that's going to get you? Fuck that. He's providing for his family, doing what he's supposed to do. Should they have been staying together? Hell no, they should have broke up. But he went out to go get y'all some McDonald's. And as we know nowadays, I don't know they McDonald's price, but goddamn McDonald's is the same thing as going to get, you know what I'm saying, is the prices is high. But besides the fact that he was going out to get some McDonald's food for his family, that did not put your demons aligned to be in a good mood. Like, you shooting and saying all this nonsense, but the shit not adding up. Like, that's the thing that kills me. People say shit that doesn't make sense. You gotta let the shit make sense. You know what I'm saying? You evaluate the situation and then you try to understand it, whatever mind you have. But anybody with good sense, definitely common sense. I mean, her story, come on now. Look what's in front of you. Look what was in front of her. Like, she said all this bullshit, but it did not get her nothing less than what she deserved. And it's just sad that those kids have to go through this heartbreaking experience because they ain't got no mother and they ain't got no father. Maybe they might grow a relationship with her, but who knows, because I would not want to be near a demon like that.
This story is heartbreaking, and it's left a family shattered. This is 25-year-old Manelis Rodriguez Ramirez, known to her family and friends as Mimi. Mimi was a social media influencer with thousands of followers on TikTok, where she mostly shared her fitness journey. Her life took a tragic turn when she went missing in Georgia, last seen visiting a Walmart. Her fiance and mother grew worried when she didn't return. They found her car abandoned miles away with her wallet and one shoe inside. And there's another chilling detail. Mimi had texted her fiance the night she disappeared, saying she was, quote, waiting for the brother to pick him up, a message he says sounded strange, like she didn't write it. The family's worst fears were confirmed when Mimi's remains were discovered close to the Walmart where she disappeared. Investigators arrested 24-year-old Angel Rivera Sanchez, but Mimi's mother believes he didn't act alone. She says Mimi was strong, loved working out, and doubts that one person could have overpowered her. Mimi was a mother too. She moved to Georgia from Puerto Rico for a better life, but remained deeply connected to her daughter, who still lives with her father in Puerto Rico. Her mother is now trying to raise money to bring Mimi back to Puerto Rico to be laid to rest next to her father.
Man, my condolences goes out to her family, and it's good to see that, you know, this bad situation, the kids still have at least one parent that ain't on this crazy shit. Like the story we seen before where the mom had the mom did some crazy things to the father, and, you know, they got 2 kids together. So think about that situation. But none of these situations should have had happened. None of these situations should occurred. It just messed up to see how soft and mentally messed up people can be. And as we just seen in both of these stories, it can happen on both sides of the table. A male can do it to a woman, and a woman can do it to a male. It's just we see more commonly, you see a man doing this to a woman for some crazy ass reasons, you know. And you know they got all type of help for anybody going through this, whether you call 988 or find other, you know, help centers or anybody that's willing to help you get out of a crazy toxic situation. Because, you know, the saddest thing that both these stories have in common is the kid is involved and the kid is infected by it, because you should never have to hear about what happened to a parent or to anybody in that, you know, nature, because that shit is not normal. It's messed up as it is already. Then you got this type of stuff that goes up on a high rate, and it seems like nobody just caring about it. You know, it's just being looked the other way. It's no awareness or anything being brought about, no number being plastered all over to bring awareness. So